Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 439.
439.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We've been talking about all that's happening around the Disney universe. That includes the Disney Wish inaugural sailing on July 14th, which is just around the corner, and Avengers Campus at Disneyland Paris on July 20th. MEI is constantly researching trips, and once you book with them, they can help you, get ready for that trip. I mean, Walt Disney World's not that easy to navigate at times, with park reservations and everything, and that's something that they can assist with.
That's very, very true. Now we're going to start off the show here at Epcot.
And we went to IPW, which is an international travel trade show. We were covering it, and one of those events was the opening event was Epcot, which was really fun. It was
a once in a lifetime experience, this opening event here at Epcot, and here we are waiting to start our evening here.
Well, we did one in Magic Kingdom in 2015,
and that was a once in a lifetime for the Magic Kingdom.
You don't know
and the
that.
Magic Kingdom, so you never know.
But this was they closed World Showcase at like 6 p.m. And then Epcot closed early at 8, so we had like a private event here.
And we're going to start off looking at some of the characters here. I see Aladdin and Abu. You don't really see Abu much out, so it was kind of exciting to see him. And they are in the Morocco Pavilion, which is a perfect place for them.
We've seen him during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We have a lot of characters in the show today because we saw a lot of really rare and interesting characters.
And I'm just going to say right now, this event, there's food everywhere. There is any kind of drinks. There's bars. Most of the guests that go to this don't really care that much about the characters.
No. I mean, more than last time, but still you might wait just for a couple guests.
And you're seeing some of the entertainment here in Morocco. It's not Moroccan, it's a different group.
And it's all adults.
Right,
it's all
no
adults,
kids.
So...
You'll see 0 kids at this event.
And we mentioned the food. We just were I think this is the only thing you're showing is the cake. It's a hidden Mickey cake.
Well, this was some cake. It was very nice. A 50th anniversary hidden Mickey cake station.
Yes, it was really good. And then it came with ice cream. Mm-hmm. So, but when they slice it reminds me, of going to Disney's Contemporary Resort during the holidays. They used to have that hidden Mickey cake.
Right.
Yes. So here is Duffy. We have not seen Duffy at Walt Disney World in many years.
Well, Epcot had a regular meet and greet at Epcot for many years, but it was absolutely across the way from where we are now.
Where Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, like the gazebo.
It was very perfect to see him in, of all places, his kind of home place, Japan.
Right, Japan is where he's in Asia a lot.
Very popular
Japan
in Japan.
and China. And I think Hong Kong too.
And we have Jessie here and
Bullseye.
Bullseye,
Did you
Bullseye
not know?
never comes out. No, I wanted to let you introduce. Bullseye never comes out.
We see Bullseye in parades, but I don't recall ever.
Usually
seeing
in the
Bullseye
Once
at
Upon
meet
a Christmas Time
Yes.
parade, he is in it on the float. But to be able to meet Bullseye, awesome.
That was fun. Mostly they just danced. I mean,
the band, it was an actual real band was
I think
playing.
It was Simple Minds.
Yes. And
it was right across the way.
And they were blasting out a guitar solo, so it was very interesting. And I will post all these videos I'm going to post with natural sound at some point. And of course, Jiminy Cricket is here.
We used to see Jiminy Cricket at Animal Kingdom on a pretty regular basis,
and
but
on
not in a long
Earth Day.
time.
He would always show up on Earth Day.
But I think he had a almost daily meet and greet at one point as well. But now we just see him, mostly in parades and such.
And here we have the performers at Germany. We usually see them
inside.
Inside. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of how to say their names, so I'm not going to try. But I love seeing them at the beer garden.
Oh, yeah. Any time that it just brings back great memories because we love the beer garden so
Music
much.
Canton, is that how you say
Too
it?
bad Torsten isn't here. He would know how to say it.
Yes.
Our German
well,
friend.
I would have to look at it again. So we had the lion dancer here in China. There was I didn't really think about it much, but there was entertainment at every pavilion. We were moving around really fast, because Jeff wanted to get all the characters.
Jeff wanted the characters.
And I wanted to have something to eat and drink. So we didn't spend as much time with entertainment as I would have liked.
This was very nice, seeing Mulan in her Ping outfit there.
And
that she got from
Ping.
her father. Her father's armor.
and
Mushu.
Mushu, who we also don't see very often as far as being a meet and greet.
Remember the one time we waited for hours
yeah.
here in the China Pavilion
And
to
I
meet
just
Mushu
was-
in a different Mulan, a different outfit Mulan.
Yeah. I was like, it was like 3 hours. That was too much. You know?
When you get in line, you don't know it's going to take that long, and then you've already committed, so you don't want to
Right.
stop. And that's what happened that time. I love this. This is a clip that you took on your phone with the dragon going by. It was really cool.
I wasn't expecting it. I don't remember ever seeing this at Epcot before. And as far as
Well, I'm so glad you got that, because by the time I got my video camera out, I missed most of it. So that's a great clip. And here is Miguel. This is the first time we've been able to actually meet Miguel at Walt Disney World in person. We have met him at Disneyland in Anaheim.
Yes, and that was more of a distance meet and greet at the time. And he debuted as a character in Magic Happens Parade, which lasted 2 weeks at Disneyland. I did see it many times.
Yes, I'm so jealous. And you saw day and night version.
The day and I actually preferred, I think, the night version.
And here we have some of the caballeros coming after Miguel.
In the dark there.
Well, there was much excitement when they showed up. When you watch the other, the video I'm going to post, you could hear the cheer from their fans.
And it's funny because Donald is usually here, but not them.
Right. But they were great, very energetic, and I think I did ask about Donald too.
Did you?
I did.
You ask?
Of course. What do you not think I wouldn't bring up Donald?
I don't pay attention to what you
You try to ignore.
I
all
sometimes.
Of that. And of course, right next door here in the Mexico Pavilion, they are the co-stars in the attraction in the finale in animatronic form. And here's some more entertainment here outside the Mexico Pavilion.
And this reminds me of, I'm trying to think the holidays and where they would have entertainment.
So now we worked our way all the way back into what used to be called Future World, over to the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction. And this is the band that we saw at the media event. They are fantastic.
They are
I could have
really
spent the whole
good.
night just watching them if it
Why
wasn't for
didn't
these
we?
great characters.
We did watch them quite a bit during the
Look
media
at the
event.
projections going on.
I
There's
missed
so
that.
much happening.
I missed that, but the band is excellent, and I hope that we see them back again.
The very first time we met Star-Lord and Gamora was at an IPW event 2015 at the Magic Kingdom that you had mentioned earlier. So here we are again, many years later, seeing Star-Lord and Gamora after helping save the galaxy.
And Star-Lord did meet at Disney's Hollywood Studios as well with Baby Groot, which was a very popular meet and greet.
Yes.
And it would be I think it would be really nice if they found a place, like made a stage and had like the Guardians of the Galaxy dance off or something, because I think guests would really love something like that.
Well, especially because there's so many guests waiting to ride the new ride. You'd have no problem filling up those meet and greets.
Well, they're going to have the dance off back at Disneyland Paris.
Yeah,
and
right.
That was one of the more fun aspects of Marvel Summer of Superheroes. And they have sort of something like that at Disneyland as well.
Yeah, great characters. And again, another look at the band. I love seeing the band, just rocking out here with Spaceship Earth all lit up in the background.
They were really, we've said it before. I really hope we see them again, because they're really fantastic.
Yeah, they'll always remind me, though, of Guardians of the Galaxy whenever we do. Hopefully we do see them. Entertainment here in the refreshment outpost area as well.
And so I don't think
they were playing that Waka
characters?
Waka song. There was no characters in this. This isn't really a country.
I don't know though. I know, but sometimes they might have like characters there.
And here is a very quick glimpse of Snow White and Dopey. We just missed them.
And while we're talking, this was a 3-hour event. It sounds like a lot. I don't know if it sounds like a lot. It was very fast. So we went back and forth from the Guardians area a couple of times. So there really wasn't a lot of time. There was Simple Plan.
Two full sets from Simple Plan.
I would have liked to have sat and watched them, but again, that would have taken up like a half hour to 45 minutes probably.
And look,
3 hours.
There's a very small crowd to what they're used to. I mean, normally they will totally fill the American Gardens Theater. They were great, though. We did hear them in the background while we were walking around World Showcase.
Right. They were really good.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. All these events, you always want more time, as they're happening so fast. And let's see. Next we have, it's Bo Peep and Woody.
The first time we saw Bo Peep, with Woody was at the Toy Story 4.
Oh, that special
media
event with
yep.
Forky, the one time
Yes,
Forky
that
came
was really
out.
that was actually a really fun event.
And you know, as this is going on, and you'll see again when I post the full version, the simple plan is blasting. I mean, they're really kicking butt with the solo and everything. So it was just very interesting. Back to Morocco. Now we have the genie and Princess Jasmine.
And so then eventually, do we see anybody come out?
Yes, we do. I find it very interesting. Keep a look over Jasmine's shoulder. You're going to see a very interesting surprise as we're talking to them approach from behind.
I liked being able to get them earlier in the day for photos a little bit better, but you know, it was like when you walked around, you just have the characters out, you'd have the food out. It was actually a really fun event.
Well, the nighttime lighting is very nice. And here we have, look at this. We have Aladdin. And Abu is hiding in the Aladdin's cape. So it was really fun to be, what a perfect timing right there.
I thought that was a fun little interaction.
Yeah, it was great. Again, not crowded. The waits for the characters were usually maybe no wait, or at the most 5 minutes. Except for the Guardians of the Galaxy characters, they had the longest wait of anybody for the whole night.
And that was not bad. I mean,
No.
we might have waited 5 to 10 minutes.
And there, the changeover is complete, and you have Aladdin and Abu, and you could see Princess Jasmine and the genie
Yes,
are leaving.
And we did miss some. We did not see everybody. I wanted to see Remy and Emile. That's all, really the ones I wanted to see the most, and we just missed them.
Now we have
Belle and Beast.
Belle and the Beast in their special ballroom outfits. You don't normally see this, so it was very nice. I said bonjour to Belle. She was so impressed.
I'm sure she was.
And the Beast was impressed too with my knowledge of French from all our visits to Disneyland Paris. No doubt about that. So anyway, it was very nice to meet them again.
And while we were here, do we see the rain or anything?
So now that you brought that up, I have now paused the show, and we've done a little behind the scenes stuff, and I've added the rain fun into this part. So we will.
It started pouring. It was pouring.
But it was perfect timing. I mean, it was right after. This was the last meet and greet of the night for us. Now I am going to include a little bit of footage of Remy and Emile from our good friend Matt from Attractions Magazine. That was done earlier in the night, though.
But the main reason we came here, I wanted some French wine. And then maybe some crepes and to ride Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. That's the reason.
And we got all that in.
Came all the way from Cosmic Rewind here.
And here is Remy and Emile here again, courtesy of Matt from Attractions. And you mentioned all those things in the France Pavilion, and we did manage to get it in at the last minute. We were able to ride the Ratatouille Adventure ride, no wait at all, which was very nice. And when we came out of the ride, it was time for Harmonious. But it was raining, so rather than go and see Harmonious, we got some champagne here and some crepes, and it was a delightful way to end the evening.
I was not expecting champagne. I thought, okay, a little French wine would be nice. We weren't allowed to go past the United Kingdom. We had to go
had to go all the way around, so it was quite the walk.
It was
quite the walk, but it was actually kind of fun. Although it was a very long day, we were a bit tired, but not complaining at all because, again, what an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was like a 16-hour day or something. It was, we were up early.
And I guess I was getting just a little giddy at this point because it's...
No, I was like, I'll get a little video of you, and then you start like twirling, and I wasn't expecting that.
We were some of the last ones out. We weren't the last ones, but I mean, we were right to the edge there.
We had a long way to, and also there were guests taking buses from World Showcase.
So again, this is a continuation of the IPW conference. This was on the third actual day, and this was our lunchtime entertainment provided by the Walt Disney Company.
Now, the really cool thing about IPW is every day the lunch entertainment is it's
great entertainment.
One day was Broadway, some performers from Broadway, and then the other one was Third Eye Blind?
Third Eye Blind, right.
And
last time we had Foreigner, we've seen the Beach Boys and other IPWs, so I mean, they really get good entertainment in here. But this was great. I mean, you're actually hearing the 50th anniversary. The magic is calling, and then not only is the magic calling, but here comes all the characters, their outfits, and it's all live performances. Turns out we've been told, at least when I posted some of this, that this is actually a voice play doing some of the a cappella singing. They're very wonderful voices.
We were very far back, and so I needed my full telephoto lens to be able to even take pictures somewhat close.
Yeah, this whole area that you're seeing was reserved
Right.
for the delegates and everything. So we were standing against the wall in the back, but it was actually better to be elevated a little bit for getting recording and photos.
But it was hard to see who the performers were.
With your naked
except
eyes, that's true.
one who I know, and plus of course all the characters.
Yeah, but again, excellent entertainment all around. And we already mentioned the Broadway. We saw some scenes from The Lion King, from Aladdin, from Phantom of the Opera, and
A variety of different
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. That was really good.
And Wicked. And now we're at the closing night gala entertainment here, and we're at Islands of Adventure.
Yes, Islands of Adventure at Universal Orlando Resort.
So they had a red carpet entrance here, and no better way to enter the park than with all the characters to welcome you.
See, Jeff's all about the characters this week.
Yeah, it was great. They're very energetic. How often you get to see Olive Oil and Popeye and Betty Boop, all together.
The one interesting thing is, like, you have the Simpsons characters here,
yes.
and Disney owns the Simpsons now,
as well as the Marvel characters.
Yes, and although the Marvel characters were not on the carpet, we did see them a little bit in the park.
We did. I'm going to show a picture of that
the
later
Blues
on.
Brothers. So and not only do you have the characters, but you have team members as well, and management. Like, everybody's just out, saying hello as you walk in, and actually as you leave as well, which we'll show.
Yeah, it's a very festive. As you can see, though, following the theme, you have a little rain here in the background.
But
luckily, we had our iPhones.
But not. Yes, it was rain. It rained just a tiny bit, but then the rest of the night it was not. Where when we went to the Walt Disney World event, it wasn't. It was supposed to rain, and it held off till that last few minutes of the event, and then it did the deluge.
Right, and so in neither case did it really matter. More of a minor inconvenience.
But very little.
And here we're looking at more of the characters here. Just
hashtag.
You loved hashtag.
He was really
because you
funny.
got a really great clip with your phone, and you're like, oh, check out this clip. And I think I'm going to put it in later on. But I'm not sure where the pirates are even from here, the stilted pirates. But
well, there's a lot of characters from on stilts there.
So let's talk about the rest of the night. After we did get through all the characters, it was similar where they had a lot of food and drink stations. This time we did pay a little bit more attention to the food and drink stations. They did have some entertainment around and the rides. And one ride that we got to do that we had never done is a nighttime version on the roller coaster. Help me out. What's the roller coaster? Hagrid's.
And
we got front
that
row.
Is so fun. Yes.
You couldn't choose. We just got lucky, and it was so nice. It feels fast
at night. Yes, it did. I love Hagrid's, and we have not ridden in a while, and so it was nice to ride that again.
And we also got to ride Spider-Man. I'm going to show later on when we were riding Spider-Man, we ran into a friend of ours we hadn't seen in a number of years.
Yeah,
which
that was great.
That was one of the highlights of the night for us as well.
In a few years, yeah.
And trying out some different food items throughout the evening.
Not me.
Well, it was very interesting because at this event, all the food items, they had normal food, but they always threw in something.
That's what I said
have some
too.
Pasta.
But with octopus.
Now, I didn't mind the octopus,
but I didn't
many
want
people were not fans of that.
So, and I don't eat seafood, and there was like shrimp and different things. So I ended up in one of the restaurants getting a hamburger with fries.
Right.
That was my dinner for the evening, just a counter service hamburger.
It was interesting though how they had all the food had like specialty components.
Yeah.
To it.
It was funny, actually.
And here we have the Minions. The Minions are about to have a new film that's coming out.
Yes,
I guess they're doing a big
July
thing
1st.
in Hollywood with the Minions. Mm-hmm. And also here in Orlando, there'll be special Minions activities.
I'm a big fan of the Minions, so I am looking forward to the film. We have the A-list now. We didn't really see too many movies over like 2.5 years, and now we're...
After we got COVID, we figured
now we're
summer
like,
of movies.
Yes, I was like, let's do A-list now, because there's a lot of good movies coming out. So
here's your little hashtag clip that you liked so much.
I thought that was really funny.
He's really getting into it, like very energetic.
Like what do you call them? Jazz hands, like or panda hands.
Yeah,
and you've got
the
cast member back there.
He's the best part of the attraction.
Oh, he's with I didn't even notice the cast member behind him is with
Right, yeah,
that,
he's part
of
of
that
it.
attraction.
And when we were in there, I'm going to show some pictures. Of course, we had to have butterbeer and just kind of look around at some of the setups they had around the park. Here is Spider-Man Zero Wait. I mean, just walk right on.
I really love that ride too. I always love that ride.
And look at this. It's Joshua, which
Yay,
we haven't
Josh.
seen in so long. He used to work
so
at Walt
good.
Disney World. So it's nice to see him here at Universal.
But we've had Thanksgiving with him.
Many,
and friends.
so
Yes.
many times. So we need to reconnect and actually get
Yes.
together. But as you can see, not a very crowded time around the parks, at least not in this area. And here, and the Marvel characters look very different than they do here with Disney's ownership. This was nice, dessert themed after Jurassic Park.
Right. I think this was the only area where it was really like themed desserts and such. So I thought those were fun. And then
At the end of the night, we went into the bar, and you said I should try one of their specialty beers. So I had one of the Hogshead Red Ale. That's what that is, and that was very, very good.
The one thing about these type of events, they generally have bars set up with the same type of items at each bar. But if you go into, in this case, just like in France, you can get champagne,
like real champagne, right?
Right, as opposed to just getting, the standard item. And same here, you go into and get a really good beer that you can't get anywhere else.
And you just saw they're handing out the Gilly water, which is actually just regular water, but it's nice. And
there was so much confetti. I don't even know how they cleaned up. I know they have like probably one of those big vacuum type things. But
well, that is so Krusty the Clown there, who loves the confetti. He is throwing it all over the place all night.
I think I've watched one episode of The Simpsons in my whole life.
We need to change that. We have Disney Plus, which has
Yes.
every episode.
But there's other
you
things
need to
also
watch The Simpsons.
That I want to watch
That's
that I
true.
haven't gotten to.
That's true. I'm not sure who this character is, but she greeted me. And also, this guy I know from The Mummy. He's always outside
Right,
of
and
The
they're
Mummy.
both have like the Egyptian type outfits from The Mummy. So maybe she's a walk around too. We've seen him many times.
Oh, yeah, Doc Brown. It's a little dark, but that was Doc Brown.
Right, and so I was saying that we've seen that one cast member on stilts.
Oh yeah,
in the shop.
Yeah, in the shop. Like he would sneak
Mummy,
up.
yes.
They would often sneak up on you when you're getting off the Mummy attraction.
Yes.
So yeah, and that's what he was kind of doing.
But I don't remember seeing her, but he's a fixture, I think, there.
And he likes to kind of put his hand into the camera every time, as you saw.
And there's the Minions again looking for, and also Puss in Boots has a movie coming out as well.
And so does Marilyn Monroe, as a matter of fact.
No.
And that Marilyn Monroe has it's about Marilyn Monroe, but that's coming out as well. I've been seeing promotions for it.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, well, you will have to.
Oh,
you will
I
have to
don't know.
see. And it's the Scooby Gang here. Looks like they're doing the Macarena. You must have missed this high quality entertainment. I think I went around and said my goodbyes multiple times. So
I did 2 or 3 times, and at that point I'm like, I'm done. I'm okay. I'm going to keep going. And you came back, and I'm just like writing you. I'm like, okay, I'm now on City Walk. I hope you're catching up to me.
And I did catch up, but I told you, I said, there's a lot of fun because there's so few people. The characters are really kind of letting loose. And one character that really is about to let loose is Squidward.
And this was probably the most fun video. Like, I ended up putting it on my Instagram Reels because, I mean, the way he walks around with the confetti and it's falling.
He has a look to him, too. It's just, this really made me laugh
and
when
then
I
he
saw it in
does the little
person.
dance. This is really funny.
And you were long gone. You were probably at the pizza place.
I wasn't getting food or anything. I was just like walking down City Walk. That was funny though.
Yeah. So and at that point I said, you know what? It was worth it to stay for a few minutes and catch up to you, which I did.
And look at all that confetti.
And this is me finally leaving, saying goodbye to the event. But great time. Now we're going to go over to Disney's Animal Kingdom. We had an event, a media event for the reopening or the new show Finding Nemo, the Big Blue and Beyond.
And we that was. So this is playing now. We previewed it, and then it previewed for just regular guests anyway.
The same day.
And this is now playing every day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So you can see the puppets, the cast members, are very similar, but there's things that are different as well, and that includes like the runtime, which is now 25 minutes as opposed to 40 minutes. So it is a shorter show, still almost a half hour in length, And the performers were excellent, as always, really excellent.
Yeah, I would say the way to explain it, the main things that have been changed is all the stunts. They used to have characters on bungee cords and wires and up in the air. That part has been brought down to earth, so it's closer to you. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was very, very entertaining.
I really enjoyed it, so I hope guests will still really love it. It still features Marlin, Nemo, Dory. You've got the live performers with the puppets, and then you can see Crush, who's the size of a car. So you still have a lot of cast members out here, and you still have a lot of puppets and everything going on, and I think it looks really great behind them as well. But really, to me, the heart of it is the cast members, the performers.
And we noticed there are some performers that are holdovers from the I don't know about the original cast, but the previous cast.
And they just are fantastic, and to be able to watch them, we haven't seen tons of live performances in the last 2.5 years, but to see it like this was wonderful.
And one thing that should be said is on a day like today where it's almost 100, it's going to be 111 degrees with the heat index, it is delightfully air conditioned.
That is helpful as well.
Very much. So also, while we are at Disney's Animal Kingdom, we got to see Kevin actually walking around. Last time we saw her, she was just kind of doing a meet and greet, a stationary meet and greet, but now she's back to roaming, and there's nothing this is the way to meet Kevin. It was spectacular to see her out and about again.
I mean, it was nice when she, just to see her at all, but the roaming aspect is what really makes it.
And in front of the Tree of Life, I've not seen her in this area. It used to be, into the park, but she's going up the hill and interacting with the what do they call the nature. The Wilderness Explorers.
Yes, the Wilderness Explorers. She went over there, and
that makes me laugh because that video you posted where they're all like clapping and yelling, and that's how it starts, and that was sort of like the finale of their adventure.
I think as far as character experiences go, this is one of the best ones at Walt Disney World. I think guests don't expect to see her. Most guests don't expect it, and all of a sudden, I think it's just a delightful. She doesn't stop for long.
Right.
She
you have
mostly.
To be quick, yeah.
Yes, she's mostly on the move, but she did stop here, and they said, you've got a minute here if you want to grab some photos.
So believe it or not, that is another show.
That's another show.
We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Check them out if you're planning to go to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line. We booked ourselves through them on that, or Disneyland Paris, of course. Why wouldn't you go to Disneyland Paris?
But of course.
I love Disneyland Paris. So next week we're doing Hoop-de-Doo. That I know. It'll be good to not just do characters. This was a heavy character show.
It's very exciting I cannot wait for Hoop-de-Doo's return. I love that show. It's been so long. The food is wonderful. That is something I'm looking forward to greatly.
There's a number of things that we have next week, and so
not to mention the Disney Wish very soon.
I am looking forward to that as well. And, there's so much going on. We're going to be really busy in the next couple of weeks. So we'll have some really good up-to-date content. To show what we did at IPW is, regular guests don't see that. So I'm really excited to be able to talk about Hoop-de-Doo. And we'll be talking about that right after we've seen it.
Right.
And I'm going to see it twice. To see that back again as far as performances, I'm really looking forward to that.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.